one of the best salseros in the world. And I was feeling so damn. I'm like, oh my god, I'm dancing one of the top names now.
You're listening to Backstage, the Bachata podcast, and you just heard today's guest, Emigen. He is a former hip-hop street dancer who somehow ended up in the Latin dance world. We are going to talk a lot about social dancing, knowing your limits and accepting your flaws, and of course, bachata fusion, because that's what this guy is all about. So let's not waste any time and jump right into it. I'm very excited to have you on the show today. How are things going for you? You're in Sweden right now, right?
Yes, I'm in Sweden. It's sunny at last because the winter is long here. And I'm jealous that you are in Bali.
At least it's summer over there, right?
Jan, I come from an island from Greece where summer is summer. You know, it's 45 degrees. It's hot.
That's actually a really good transition into the first question.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to know you as a bachata dancer. Can you tell us a bit, what was your life like before you started dancing bachata?
Before I started dancing bachata, I had just moved to Albania from Greece when I started bachata. So in Greece, I was a hip hop street dance dancer, mixing style like popping, locking, and animation. And in a small island like Paros, where I come from, there are 10,000 people in the island. So you know everybody, and whatever you do is like, whoa. So I needed to go outside and try myself outside of the island. And that was, I just took part in competitions and dancing on the streets, collecting money. It was fun. It was fun.
So you were on the street dancing with like a hat?
Yes, with a hat going around, like doing the move. You know, it's the classic move, like put the money in the hat.
And you've always been a dancer then?
Yeah, I've been a dancer since a little kid because I used to dance Greek traditional dances before everything.
So your core comes from Greek, hip hop, everything.
My core comes from hip hop, but Greek traditional dances was the first dances I ever done. But it's choreography. It's something, it's ready for you. But hip hop, you have to create it by yourself.
And how did you get in touch with bachata?
Oh, that's a good question. Jan, are you prepared for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
I come in Albania, you know, the mentality is a bit different than the rest of Europe, especially in the grown-ups. So when I moved to Albania, I passed the test and I was a TV dancer. I was dancing on the TV, and then I became a choreographer in a show. But before that, I had a dancing girlfriend, you know, partner and girlfriend. Don't try that. And and then it was her birthday, and she said, "Let's go out and dance." And I'm like, "We are hip hop dancers. Where are we gonna dance? There's nothing hip hop tonight outside." And she said, "There is this Latin party going on." I was like, "Me to a Latin party with the guys that shake their asses? No, I'm not like that." And but we had no option, so we ended up there. And when I saw the bachata and salsa live, I was like, "Damn, I want to dance these dances." And this is how I started. It was something like that came from nowhere. I didn't have it in my mind at all.
Did you take classes?
Actually, I went to this dance school after. The name was Latin Beat House back then. And I was there and like, "I'm a dancer and I would like to work at your dance school." And I became a Zumba instructor. I took the Zumba certification and I started teaching Zumba. And they had socials, and in the social they needed animation, so they asked me to go for the animations. And well, they had also free courses of bachata and salsa before the socials. So I was there, took the classes, and in the social I was trying to dance. But in the beginning I had this doing three things at one time: dancing, counting 1, 2, 3, tap, 1, 2, 3, tap, and trying to be on beat with the music. Three things at the same time. It's the hardest thing ever.
So you never took classes?
No, actually, I've never taken classes except from seminars in workshops in festivals.
You're a natural.
No, actually, now I'm natural. Before I was, because bachata, bachata, bachata sensual is the thing. Lucy is gonna laugh now. Bachata sensual is the thing. And when I was seeing the sensual, I thought that I have to be like that. So in the beginning, I wanted to pretend that I'm someone else because I had to be sensual. So having the hand of the girl going like this and that, and touching, having her clothes, touching as much as you can. It was, but then I realized that I don't like that. My style, it's my style. I'm gonna put my style in that. So it was hard.
I wish the people could just see exactly what I saw, the movements you're doing right now. Unfortunately, they're only going to hear the audio. But do you have any bachata artists that you look up to when you started?
When I started, I liked fusion, so I started with Carlos Espinosa, watching Carlos, Daniel and Desiree, of course. Then I wanted to see the hip hop in the dance. So when I first saw Abdel and Leti, when I first saw Abdel and Leti, I was like, that's my thing, that's my style. And I started creating my own moves like Abdel and Leti because before I had a fear. I had a fear to mix it and put my moves because I thought that it's not nice to mix two dances together. That was when I started to change from bachata sensual to bachata.
So seeing other artists that already had like a big name made it easier for you?
Seeing other artists made it easier, but also having people that you are always in competition. I had people in every social night. I don't know if you know Ronnie Saleh. He's one of the most famous names of Kizomba. He's pretty famous in Kizomba. Never mind. We had this competition all the time on the dance floor that I will do this move and then I have to do a better move on the dance floor. And it was really nice. Like you play that game. You are playing with a girl, but at the same time you are competing with another guy to show, and that makes you better.
I've never heard about that
No,
before.
me neither.
But it's only about between me and him. And also in Albania, I had this guy Orjan, where we were best friends, like best friends, eating together, going out together and stuff. And then we had this competition on the dance floor, like who's gonna look better. Then that made me look boom boom.
Is that how you learn how to improvise or like get comfortable with it?
Improvisation was something that you learn when you are street dancing, most of all. Because when you are street dancing, you want to make the people dance, throw you the money. So you have to make something nice to make them put that money on it and collect around you and start filming you. So you have to play with the story. A girl is holding a rose. So you go there, you take the rose, you smell it, and you give it back, and you do moves like that. You stay on the beat, but you play with reality. It's like a hip hop artist when he sings, when he starts doing freestyle. It's like, whoa.
Was it hard to bring that into like bachata?
I told you in the beginning it was hard because first I had to learn the 1, 2, 3, 4 without counting. It was hard for me. I never had a dance that had basic movements because hip hop has their street figures but not movements. But then by the time it starts getting easier and easier, and you start forget about counting, and you start thinking more about the music, how the music is going, and musicality is the one who helps you improvise. So if you have a sad song, you do sad movements. If you have a happy song, you try to be happy. If the song is like the dance monkey bachata, everyone has heard dance monkey. So dance monkey, then you have to be very playful. And if you can do actually movements of a monkey, do a movements of a monkey because social dancing for me it's having fun, and having fun means playing with your partner, and you have to get into the role. I don't like people who go on the dance floor and do the same movements on every song and all night keep going with the same movements. Be a monkey in dance
I
funk.
absolutely love that. Just the idea. Like, I would love that if someone would just do movements of a monkey on that song. Why not? So, I mean, fusion bachata, like you said, can be extremely playful. But I'm wondering, can it be, we've been talking about improvisation. Can it be something you can learn? Or is it like, regular bachata combinations? Or is it something you have to kind of spontaneously do to the music, trial and error, see if it works? Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it does work. Kind of develop it that way?
Every time you hear a song, you will dance it better and better. And believe me, it's like a video. In that song, you will have most of the time special moves for different part of the song. And every time you dance, you put a move into its spot. So in the end, it comes naturally. Like Paris. Buscando un beso que me sepa. It does the tan, tan, tan. Everybody does this movement now at that part because it's 3 hits. So you hit the head and then bring her down and down again. 3 hits and then you bring him to the side. Everybody does this movement because in that part of music, this movement fits perfectly. So this is when you play, you actually have 3 or 4 movements that are coming in that song. And you can learn it by listening to the music, fantasizing. Yesterday I was live on Instagram and I had bachata music. I was like live talking. I was like, I knew what I'm doing on that part in my mind, actually.
Yeah, you're like visualizing it.
Yes, I visualize it.
So does it help if you have, for bachata fusion, if you have a background in like hip hop or reggaeton or any kind of other dance fusion? Does it help? Is it an advantage? Is it a must?
It's called bachata fusion, so you have to fuse it with something. So you have to have an ace in your pocket to fuse it. You can fuse it with jazz, you can fuse it with ballet, you can fuse it with whatever, like Azael and Cindy does with ballet. You can fuse it with different things. It just needs to have one more dance background than bachata, so you can make it fusion. That's bachata fusion to me.
How do you know if the girl that you're dancing with has a background somewhere else? Because you're dancing together, right? So you have the background, but then obviously there's also her. It's like a 50-50 thing.
When the guy is leading, he needs to understand the first 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds of the song. He needs to understand the capacity of the girl, which means what movements can he lead to the girl, what the girl can follow, and what's the level that the girl he's dancing with. Is she intermediate, is she advanced, or is she a beginner? In those first 30 seconds, you have to understand how the dance is going to go. You cannot start doing stuff like head rolls up to a beginner because she will stop and she will feel bad. You will make her feel bad than feel good because she will be confused. She's not going to enjoy the dance. She's going to be scared and unprepared for everything coming on for these 3 minutes that the song is playing. And in the end, she's going to say thank you and go away scared. If you know how to lead the movements perfectly, 100%, do the movements, but it's all in the leading of the movements and not in the following of the girl. Because we are enjoying dancing, but doesn't mean that we have to make someone do something that we want to do at the moment. And that's dancing for me, social dancing. You have to understand when the partner is with. You want to do a backflip while dancing? Then choose a girl that that's the backflip that you're dancing. Because I get angry sometimes when I see many guys doing stuff to girls that they cannot do, and they get hit. They hit her in the face and stuff. I've seen. Everyone has had a hit in the nose with the elbow while dancing.
So you do your research on the dance floor? Like you look which partner could be a fit for you?
No, I don't look for special songs. Actually, maybe yes. Like it's playing. La Romana, DJ York. I want a good partner there. I want to play. Tat, tat, tat. Pásame la hookah. And the beat is very good. But if for other songs, I don't look. If the girl come and take me, or if I take a girl, I will take a girl who is near me just to dance that moment. I will check how she is, the level, and then I will go on with the moves that are perfectly fit for the level of the girl. Sometimes the girl is more advanced than us, and the guys get stressed. She's advanced. What should I do to her? Will she like this move? Maybe I've done this move. I want to ask something. Actually, Jan and Lucy, maybe. Have you ever given a move and then think, oh, I've done this move 3 times in this song already? Have you ever thought that?
I mean, me, yes, because I'm learning how to lead, and I only have a very few moves. So I think this question is more directed to
I
Jan.
think everyone has had that. Yeah, pretty sure.
And I believe that that thought is wrong because you can do 20, 100 times the same move in the song and you learn it perfectly, first of all. And second, this is how you learn to create by doing again. Another move will come. If we think, oh, I've done this 3 times, you get stressed and you start losing it. And then you don't know what to do, so you go back to basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you stay to basic without realizing for more than 3/8 or 4/8. If you stay more than 4/8 in basic, then for me it's a boring dance. You can do one world at least.
Is that something that you were afraid when you were dancing with like girls that are above your level?
In the beginning, I was thinking also like that, but when you take it deep, when you start thinking it in another aspect, it's like this is me, this is my capacity, and I'm asking a girl to dance. The moment that she accepts the dance, accepts my capacity and accepts me. So I don't have to show anyone that I'm better than anyone on the dance floor, except from exactly when I know, like I said before, with Ronnie we play because I know that Ronnie's capacity is super high, and he's my friend. I know the movements, so we are just gonna play with the movements. And we usually have girls who can um, who can do the moves that we want to do. We don't play and make the partner feel bad because we do dame in bachata. You are dancing bachata, and we say dame, and we change the partners in bachata, like dancing casino, salsa casino. So we do that in bachata because this is the game we're playing at the moment, and the girls love it, to say the truth. Like many times the girls love it. And we have a group hug in the end. But in the beginning, I think that you are competing and you're always competing to yourself. So this is your capacity, and you go and say, do you want to dance? The moment the other person puts the hand on your hand means that she accepts everything that you have, all the moves and the level that you are.
So you think your moves that you use come from a mix of both improvisation, like spontaneously at the moment, trial and error kind of thing, and practice? Like you said, doing the same move again.
It's a combination practice, of course. Many times I will do the same move 5 times, but the fifth time I will do it better than the fourth, and the fourth better than the third, and go on. Every time it will look better. And every time I do the move, I will try to find a variation of the move.
And what do you do when Dominican bachata comes on?
Oh, I play. Many times I play. I know some Dominican moves. I know the move of the hips too much. I like moving my hips and going ta 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 because I have the luck to have Junior and Carolina here who dance Dominican bachata. We are together. Like we usually end up in the same socials and stuff. So I see them dancing, and sometimes I am a copycat. I see a move from Junior. I say, I'm gonna do that move now. It's normal in dancing because sometimes people come to me and say, in hip hop it was like this. It was bite because you are copying someone's move. In bachata they say you dance like Carlos Espinosa because I did one Carlos move in the dance. And I'm like, guys, in bachata everyone made one move. Maybe you created one move also and someone saw it from you. So, or Azael and Cindy, the one that they move the hand, tab, tab. I did them with them in a demo in Egypt, and because we were at the same demo. So since then, I use that move because I learned how to do it. So no one is copying anyone, guys. You dancing. You just borrowed the moves because they fit the dance.
But often when you see a move that you like, you don't necessarily you learn the basic, but you make it your own in the end, right? You can't always copy it 100% to the T of that person. You could try, but your body moves differently. So in the end, you make it your own, you put it into different combinations, making it
Exactly.
your own, and it kind of just develops further. Maybe you add
Exactly.
something
Maybe
on
you
later
have
on.
this one move, and while you're doing the monkey and the dance monkey, you have to do that move also and do it in a monkey way. It comes naturally.
Where did you get the confidence, Emigen, like to start mixing? And I think the whole Latin world can sometimes be, it's a bit like you have to dance like this. This is salsa, this is traditional. Bachata is now very sensual, or either tradition, like it's either Dominican or it's sensual, right?
I was in this table in Egypt. We were in the middle of the festival, so we had the lunch with the artists, and then this conversation comes on. This bachata is Dominican originally, and then yes, but then creating the sensual, but bachata fusion is destroying it. What is bachata fusion? And this conversation comes on. And I can say that people love cows sometimes. We cannot stay without cows, and I hate that. I'm more of the person who is going to wake up and meditate in the morning and see the good things coming through in the. And we had this conversation, and I told them that dance is dance. Bachata, it's also a fusion of many dances of the Caribbean. Salsa is also a fusion of many dances of the Caribbean. So everything is a fusion in the end. Back then, they didn't have hip hop, because if they had hip hop, they would put hip hop. You have mix of today's dance are mix of everything. You have the ballroom cha cha cha, and you have our cha cha cha, boom boom cha cha cha, our beautiful cha cha cha. I love it more. And the confidence comes. I think that everyone should have confidence. Everyone has confidence. We just lose it. People around us or these words of the world make us lose it. Like if we are in a table and we are thinking to do a bachata fusion choreo, and we hear someone tell us bachata fusion is destroying it, bachata sensual is destroying it, bachata dominican is boring, we change our minds. This is what we need sometimes. We need just one word to change our mind. And I ask myself why. If I want to do something, I will do. Fail or not, I will do it. So this is how I grew up since a kid. Actually, I was too confident with whatever I did. I didn't care in the end. We cover. We are the ones who is gonna hold and cover our souls in the end. No one else.
Are there moments where maybe you were uncomfortable on the dance floor, or you did, have a moment where you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm feeling like as confident as
I
usual?
had a moment in the El Sol Bachata Festival in El Sol Bachata Salsa, but I was at the Bachata Park at the El Sol. And Michael Fon's wife took me to dance. Michael Fon's wife, one of the best salseros in the world. And I was feeling so damn. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dancing one of the top names now. And I didn't know now if I should dance salsa cubana or salsa linea in that particular music, because I didn't want to fail. And then in the end, I did the super mix of Cuban linea and on two. You will adore it. I just played with the music. Music has different parts, and every part I just did another kind of salsa. And I think that she enjoyed it too. Fusion salsa, salsa. If you can make bachata moves in the salsa, for me, dancing is dancing, and we are social dancing. And no one is gonna put me rules how I social dance. No one is going to tell you how you are social, genuine in life, how you are going to talk to somebody. No one can stop you. So no one can stop you from dancing. If the partner doesn't like dancing with you, then the next time she's going to say no. It's really easy. I don't encourage people to pick up Bachata Fusion. I don't encourage people to pick up anything. But I encourage people to be themselves, feel the music, and express the music as they feel it, not thinking, because many people think while they dance. And what I hate more are when I dance with someone and we do something wrong, or she didn't understand the move, which is basically my fault because I didn't show the move right. They do facial expressions like, or I'm sorry, I believe that we should not do this. It didn't happen, it will come. We should not get stressed about what happened. It happened now, it's finished. Now we should live in the now. The movement goes on. And I always say that don't say sorry on the dance floor. Whoever danced with me and has said sorry to me, she has heard that I say don't say sorry on the dance floor, even when they hit me or something. After we finished the dance, we can go outside, talk about the dance, and put some comments. But that moment for me, it's very holy. You cannot interrupt me from the dance. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it with you. Maybe I'm dancing wrong. Maybe you're dancing wrong. I'm still enjoying. I will take it to the end, and then we can talk. First of all, and second of all, sometimes people come to me and say, "How did I look? I did two bad movements. Did you understand them?" And I say them that if you haven't done that facial expression, I wouldn't understand that it was wrong. But people give themselves some people give themselves with their face. Even when you are in a choreo, in a show, in a group, the face gives everything. If you keep smiling, people will say that okay, he is cool, he knows what he is doing, so someone else is wrong. You know? So I've danced in the TV for 3 years and a half in Albania, and in big groups. So I understood that first thing you have to people see 10 people doing the same movement, and they see one with a sad face and 10 and 9 smiling. So they understand that the one with sad face, something is going wrong, because as people, we tend to see the others from the half and up, and not from the half and down. You don't look the other one like this. You see him from the half and up. So you actually point and focus on the face and the expression.
Well, it's, just people are always harder on themselves, right? So,
Yeah, we are hard to ourselves too much. And I think that it's going to be difficult after Corona to start to regain the confidence, because many people will start saying that, oh, I've forgotten the moves. I haven't had, because I've heard this. For me, dance is like the bicycle. Once you learn the bicycle, you have learned dancing. And I hear people that I go and, do you want to dance? They're like, with you? I'm like, yes, with me. Or I say, do you want to dance? And they say, oh, I've forgotten how to dance. I have like 3 months without dancing. I'm like, you have 3 months without dancing. That means that you need to start up again. Yeah, but I'm not sure. I remember. It's not true. You get in the beat, and this is how you remember. Without doing it, I crashed my father's car like 5 times till I learned to drive it. Everything you have to do, fail, and come up till you do it. It's really easy in life.
no, but for sure. I mean, often, even after Corona, once everyone starts to dance, I honestly think it's more in our minds. Um, I've also danced not so long ago, and in the beginning, the first few dance, like the first moment, it was a bit like, "Oh, this is weird. I'm dancing again," like the movements. But after the first 30 seconds, you just kind of like go. You hear the music again. You're super happy at that point that you can be dancing again. So honestly, you don't think about anything else, at least for me. And then just go with music, go with the flow. And again, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You just continue, and then the next time it's like, oh yeah, this is how you do that again.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah,
So
I think it also comes with like experience to like be able to be so confident about it, right? To say, oh, I messed up. This time it didn't work. Do you have a tip for people that maybe are not there yet? You just said like everyone has confidence, but some people
Lose it.
I think you said some people lost it.
Yeah, some people lose
How
it
do
and
you
lose
get
it.
your confidence back?
How do you get your? But first thing that comes in your mind is always the negative thing. As people, we think the negative, like, oh, I can't dance with her, or I cannot do this move. Try it. Try the move. Try cut. Take a move, cut it into 4 steps, and every time do one step. Then add the second step. Add the third step. Take it back. Put her to a lasso and take her back. Put her to a lasso and take her back till you understand what you have to do next. I think that people should start thinking that dance is to enjoy and not a social competition who is gonna be the best on the dance floor. Because the more you enjoy, the better you will get. Because you will be dancing from your heart and not with your mind. And when you dance from your heart, I think that everyone can see the dance. Even if you are not dancing good and you are dancing with your heart, Everyone can understand that, and everyone would love to dance with you.
I don't think there's anything more to say.
No, it was beautifully said.
So for the people that are now interested, who is Emigen? Where can they find more about you?
Emigen Cenaj, or as they know me in the dancing world, the dancing panda, because I usually dress with black and white, like a panda. I love that combination. This is how you find me on Instagram, the dancing panda or Emigen. And on Facebook, Emigen Cenaj, Cenaj. This is where you'll find me more. I'm more updated on Instagram and Facebook, but I also like Snapchat and stuff. For when I'm on big festivals, I mostly post on Snapchat because I don't want to fill up my stories on Instagram.
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias, muchachito.
And that was it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to our podcast anywhere on all platforms where you're listening. Doesn't matter. And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please consider leaving us a review so we can hear from you and improve the show and make it better. If you want to keep up to date with what we're doing, then follow us on Instagram at backstage.podcast. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one. Peace.